We've got a very special guest joining us. एक खास मेहमान है. My special guest is Salah Ahmed Jama. He is the Deputy Prime Minister of the Federal Government of Somalia. Appreciate you joining us, Mr. Jama. Good to have you here on India Today. I want to start by asking you, Donald Trump has launched an unprecedented attack on several countries, including your country of Somalia, suggesting Somalia is not even a country. They don't even have anything that resembles a country, saying, you are a country of people, just immigrants, of pirates, with no intellectual capabilities. How do you respond, Mr. Jama, to Mr. Trump's stinging attack on the people of Somalia?
चीफ सरदेसाई साहब, हमें तो बहुत खुशी होती है कि आपने हमें ये मौका दिया है कि इंडिया टुडे में हम एक मेहमान बन गए आज, और इस मौके में हम बात करना चाहेंगे पूरे हिंदुस्तान से। हिंदी में बात करेंगे।
अरे वाह, आपकी हिंदी बहुत अच्छी है।
हमारा देश और इंडिया के बहुत ही पुराने संबंध हैं। हम दो पड़ोस भी है और बहुत ही हिस्टोरिकल तारीखी रिलेशनशिप है हम दोनों।
तो आपने हिंदी कहाँ सीखी?
हिंदुस्तान में ही।
आपने हिंदुस्तान में कहाँ पढ़े आप?
हम पुणे में रहे, महाराष्ट्र में, हैदराबाद में रहे,
अच्छा।
आंध्र प्रदेश में, अब तो बदल गया है, तेलंगाना और ये हो गया, और दिल्ली में भी रहे। हमारे जिंदगी के सबसे बेहतरीन दिन हमने गुजारा है इंडिया में।
Wow, the Deputy Prime Minister of Somalia is speaking perfect Hindi. आपको फिर जवाब देना है, डोनाल्ड ट्रंप को हिंदी में देना है, अंग्रेजी में? डोनाल्ड ट्रंप, as I said, says Somalia is a country that does not even resemble a country. क्या कहेंगे आप?
हम सब दो बोलते रहते हैं पूरी दुनिया के बारे में। हम अपने कहानी सुनाएंगे आपको।
जी।
आपने कहा है कि वो बोलते हैं कि सोमाली लोगों की IQ बहुत कम है।
जी।
आप अपने इंडियन प्रोफेसर से पूछ ले जो सोमाली लोगों को बढ़ाते हैं इंडिया में, कितने स्मार्ट है सोमाली लोग। इनफैक्ट my president studied in India. I myself studied in India. And I think we have a very deep educational relationship with India. So maybe Indians would know better how smart and capable the Somali people are. And in fact, the Somali state went through difficult times in the early 90s. But in today's world, Somalia is a very viable state with great potential and prosperity, despite enormous challenges. And we look forward, we come here to this forum to forge relationships with key global players, including India, which is our immediate neighbor and a regional powerhouse.
When you say immediate neighbor, of course, you're sort of seeing this wider relationship, presumably between Africa and India. There's an India-Africa summit that's held every year. The Prime Minister has spoken about the need for strengthening the global South. Do you believe that's possible in this Trumpian age? या हेडलाइंस तो डोनाल्ड ट्रंप की होती है कि डोनाल्ड ट्रंप ने ये कहा वो कहा. डू यू सी the global south actually strengthening because of what Donald Trump is doing?
Well, today's era is the era of the global south. The global south has a lot of advantages.
ये युग global south का युग है.
ये ज़माना है. ये इस बार global south की युग है और capabilities भी है, नॉलेज बेस भी है और फुर्सत भी है।
ये बताइए कि आपने जैसे कहा आपने इंडिया में पढ़ाई की, डू मोस्ट सोमालियंस देयरफॉर लुक टू कंट्रीज लाइक इंडिया फॉर लीडरशिप, कि नेतृत्व इंडिया ने करना चाहिए?
I can speak for particularly in the case of Somalia. Somalia has a very deep and historic relationship with India, dating back to centuries of trade relationship. That's in right. Terms of merchants, and in fact we used to have a lot of Indian professionals in Somalia during our early years of state formation in the 60s and the 70s. In fact, an Indian technical expert was one of the constitutional experts that worked with us in 1960 when we became a country. And over the years we have had technical cooperation, particularly in the education sector, with the Indian government. We export a lot of materials and other commodities from India, and we have a very sound relationship, people to people as also government to government. So we fully acknowledge the strategic leadership role of India globally in the world. I have had the privilege of meeting your foreign minister, the very charismatic Jaishankar, in the global forums I think it was in New York. I personally might be there for the next Rasaina dialogues in Delhi. So we are here to enhance our relationship with countries like India, who are a global economic player and also a leader.
That's good to hear. From Jawaharlal Nehru in 1960 to Narendra Modi now in 2025, Somalia has had this enduring relationship with India, which is why we wanted to bring you here to actually show that while the Western world may be fighting with each other, there are relationships that are being built, and language is an important part of it. The fact that the Deputy Prime Minister knows Hindi well is an added advantage. एक मुझे बताइए, आप इतने साल इंडिया में रहे, इंडिया की सबसे अच्छी चीज आपको क्या लगी? What is the best thing about India? सबसे अच्छी चीज क्या लगी?
India's very vast culture. बहुत ही
हमारी संस्कृति,
आपकी संस्कृति, आपकी डाइवर्सिटी, आपकी बहुत ही जो दिन मैंने इंडिया में गुजारा है, मुझे कभी महसूस नहीं हुआ कि मैं एक अपने देश में नहीं रह रहा हूँ.
और खाना, आपका पसंदीदा
खाना तो बहुत इंडिया के
बेस्ट कौन सा? आपको कौन सा खाना पसंद?
दाल मखानी.
दाल मखनी.
हाँ.
अरे वाह! The way to the heart of the Somalian Deputy Prime Minister is through dal makhani. रोटी के साथ दाल मखनी, बटर आपको अच्छा लगता है ना? Okay, good. Salah Ahmed Jama, I think you've given us a sense of what is possible in this wider world when we rediscover each other's cultures. As you said, going back to centuries when ships from your country or merchants traded between India and Somalia. Good to have you here. And I hope that the Indian-African relationship strengthens and stabilizes in the years ahead. So, thank you very much.
My message to the Indian business community is that Somalia is a great and viable place to invest in solar energy, in infrastructure, in education, and in the health sector. So we invite the very capable Indian private sector and different entities to come to Somalia and invest. And maybe one day I will invite you to Somalia and you can enjoy our culture and our ways of life.
And I promise you that when you come to Delhi, I'll give you the best dal makhani that you can get in the national capital. As I said, Salah Ahmed Jama, good to have you here on India Today. आप आज तक पर भी आए और हिंदी में भी हमसे बात की. इसके लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया.
Thank you very much. I hope you get a different picture than that is being portrayed in the media about Somalia.
That was another of our special guests joining us, a guest with a bit of a twist, as we saw on India Today's Davos Brainstorm. Thanks for watching. Namaskar.